Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome to episode 7 of Endless Legends. We're still trying to expand our empire. We have now managed to get into the third era of tech, which is good because we've now revealed some more strategic and luxury resources. But we are starting to try and use our units to explore a little bit more. We're just going to end the turn from the previous video. We still only have one army at the moment, and while most of the AI seems to be quite terrified of us because we do appear to have a slightly stronger army than most, we do need to a certain degree to be careful what we're doing because we don't want to move too far away from our empire and get attacked from behind, because we are exploring the south, which is the edge of the map where we're fairly safe. Never really actually... Oh, there is an auto-explore option. Okay. There we go. And teleport, though, we can't... we need to activate a strategic resource in order to be able to teleport. We could actually activate the titanium, because titanium, this gives us the boost of plus 20% research on cities for 10 turns. So let's go ahead and spend that titanium. Let's make use of our actual empire-specific bonuses while we remember. Let's find our army. You are going to march all the way down here because we want to have a bit of exploration out in this direction, because this is going to be a potential location for another city down here, so we do want to go ahead and have a look. No notifications of anything really happening in the Empire. We do actually have this that we haven't looked at for a while. Tolian actually is only content. So we've certainly got some happiness problems here, and we should probably go and have a look at them and see if we can actually go and build something that will improve things there a little bit, because we don't want them to be totally unhappy. So what can we build here? We could certainly queue up a sewer system. That is going to help with that, and then probably the central market at this point. So let's go ahead on to the next turn. We are, of course, also going to have to get some more district boroughs up and running and actually increase the size of some of these cities as well. Population has changed in Tolilian. That's great. So we've actually got 4 people working food here now. Why don't we put some of you on to production and put one of you on to research, possibly? I'm almost tempted to put one into... influence, because we're not doing particularly great. Imagine we're getting plus 9 per turn, but it's certainly not brilliant. Let's go and have a look at our army. You should work your way over here. And we've encountered a new minor faction, the Geldirus Ice Warg Cavalry. Plus 5% damage per pacified Geldirus village on units. Interestingly enough. So it's those we'd have to deal with if we came down here. Well, we're certainly going to have a look and see what we can find. Some ruins down there that haven't been... actually, that's a gold deposit. That's a luxury resource. But that is a unspoiled ruin. So we can certainly go down there and have a look at that. And there's another one there at the bottom of the map as well. So we might get something nice from those. No new notifications. Oh, there they are, stomping around. Also see another unit up there, but we'll go and have a look at that in a minute. We have a quest update for what I believe is our main research line, possibly. Build 2 new strategic resource extractors within your empire. Yes, which we have done. So the reward for that was Deep Diviner. This is an item. It's plus 5 initiative on units can be equipped by Volta's heroes only. Okay, so we've got a special item for our hero. For a civilization to flourish, valuable resources must be secured and borders made safe. My masters must found 2 strategic resource mines and eliminate any enemy invaders in their lands. So maybe that's what it was. Maybe we hadn't got rid of all the enemy invaders. New objective. Our new installations have drawn the attention of roving armies. They are unlikely to leave us in peace, so this will be war. And for the reward, we will get winter shelters, which winter food reduction immunity... Ah, brilliant. So we don't lose the food from it being winter. That's quite nice. But that's probably what this thing that is popped up there is. Is it just the one of them, or are there multiples? Yeah, there's a couple of them around, actually, which is a little bit annoying because I wanted to go and explore. I still do want to go and explore. They're only single units. We do have quite good movement, so we might leave them for now and then come back to them. Don't need to worry too much about that. That's fine. Avrama has grown to population 5. So let's go ahead there and just think about distributing some people around. Might be better off putting somebody else into the food there. Let's go and find our army. No, not our city. I want the army. Now, you're going to be a problem, aren't you? I can tell. But I really want to go and get that. Let's see if we can go and fight you. Are you going to get reinforcements? No, you're not. And we do have a pretty good chance of winning, apparently. So let's go consider doing this. And we'll get those 2 ruins if we can, and then we'll get back to the Empire and try and deal with things. So, as usual, we're going to put the Titan as far forwards as possible. We're going to leave the Dawn officers there so they can charge in. We're going to make the most of the high ground if we can with our hero units and with our Marines. And then we'll move the fairly weak Justicars down to there. I guess we could upgrade them. It's not something we've attempted to do right now. That seems like a fairly decent attack strategy, so let's charge in. Oh, they are actually going to attack. Wow, they took a lot of damage from that. These guys hit hard. But it has used its movement, which is fantastic. All the ranged units are going to fire. I'm surprised you weren't close enough to fire from there. That's a little bit disappointing. Maybe you're trying to fire at the other guy at the front. So you've lost a little bit more health. You guys are going in. Right, now it's your turn. You're going for my Titan, although you may have some sort of AoE type maneuver going on. My Titan did a lot of damage to it, though. It's actually killed it. So the Titan certainly proved its worth there. Everything may as well attack this now because it's the only unit left. Hopefully we don't take too much damage back from that. Although it doesn't look like we took an awful lot at all, and we seem to get the kill. Fantastic. As everyone else is going to cycle through their turns. Brilliant. So what we need to do now, I mean, we could go ahead and subdue their village. Or we could try and do the mission for them. But what I want to do more than anything right now is actually try and go and get the ruins. We've found another minor faction, actually, the Haunts, flying creatures, plus 5% science per pacified Haunts village on cities. They could be definitely useful. And I guess those guys are down there. Yeah, those are the Haunts. But let us go ahead and try and get these things if we can. More units have leveled up. The Titan's leveled up as well, which is nice. So let's end the turn there. And our cities are being sieged. Well, we knew that was going to happen. We're going to search these ruins first. And we get some adamantium, which is nice. Sounds too much like adamantium for my liking. We're also going to head over here and pick up this ruin before heading back and dealing with the sieges. So as you can see, a siege has started on one of your cities. The city will suffer the following consequences. Exploration tiles are no longer productive. Only tiles within the districts of the city centre bring in FIDSI. All the region buildings outside the city are disabled due to the loss of connection with the city. Their vision range is also set to 0. The region buildings within the district are still active. The city cannot build any more region buildings. Science and dust produced are divided by 2. The besieged city suffers from a loss of approval. Units within a besieged city or on a city tile have their regeneration disabled. The city garrison cannot help in a battle if the besieger is not related to it. And each turn the city loses fortification points equal to the siege strength of the besieger. Once the fortification is equal to 0, units within the city garrison or on the city tile lose health each turn in proportion to the siege strength. The governor or hero of the city besieged gains more experience. So we can see that we have 150 sort of defense. That's the strength of our city. This thing is sieging at like -2 per turn, so no big deal there. There's another one over here. Again, -2 per turn. City's got a strength of 100. So we're fairly strong. We don't have to worry too much about that right now. But obviously that is our primary concern. And we are going to be heading back there as soon as we can. So we're going to search those ruins. Get ourselves some more adamantium. So that was very handy. And we are going to get back to our city as quickly as we can. So let's end the turn there. So we've found a couple of regions now that we could set up new cities in, which is something we certainly need to consider doing. Can't quite get as close as I'd like, as fast as I'd like, but you've got to remember that going through all these forests and things slows us down, and of course it's giving our units a bit of chance to regenerate as we're moving closer. Can we get it on this turn? Indeed we can. Very, very easy odds of winning. In fact, I'm just going to no, I'm not going to auto-resolve it, and I'll tell you the reason why. We haven't seen one of these creatures yet, so let's actually do this one manually. The next one I will probably auto-resolve. So, Titan, you melee, you should be up front. There's no reason why you should be all the way back there. It does have 100 health, so of course we want to try and soak some of that with tougher units if we can. Unfortunately, our Titan still ends up going last at pretty much every opportunity, which is a bit of a pain. And you guys come back... Oh, no, actually, you're right there, because you can't get up that step. You've got to go round to charge. So you should be okay there. We only have a single target to deal with, though, so we should technically be fine here. That is the militia, isn't it? That's the garrison, yeah. So those guys can stay at the back. We're not too bothered about them. So... we're going to charge forwards first with the Dawn officers. Hopefully they're not just going to get completely obliterated. No, and they did a fair amount of damage to it as well. It's half of its health gone to start with. Our hero takes a shot, nearly kills it, and the Marines go in and finish off. So the thing didn't even get the opportunity to attack, which is a little bit of a shame. But there again, it probably had some really nasty thing that would AoE damage most of my units. So in one sense, I'm quite glad that didn't happen, to be honest. So that's one city, no longer sieged. Thank you very much. And now we need to make our way over to our other city. So let's do that. It's going to take us a few turns to get there. Let's end this turn, because there's nothing else that we can really do at this point. Okay, we have now researched the reaping station, and we are now working on statistical methods. That is fine. Let's get the army to continue to move up. So obviously they have to go the long way around because of the cliffs on the terrain. That is explored, isn't it? So, it says unspoiled. Almost certain that means it's explored. We shall have a look. Dawn Officer has now been completed at Avrama, and they're working on the public granary. So what we can do here is we can go and make a new army with this guy. And what I want to do with him is actually send him up north. I want to use him to explore. If we've got open borders with some of our allies, let's use him to go around and actually have a bit of a look and see what we can find. Let's end the turn, because there's nothing else we can really do here right now. Still haven't worked out how to build on these watchtowers yet. Maybe I need a science for it, not too sure. Okay, where exactly is this battle about to begin? Interesting. I wasn't aware that it had got through the city's defences at this point, and that's very interesting. Can we reach in time to deal with it? Probably not. In fact, we can't even move you on this turn. We've got to resolve this fight first, so this could be problematic. Okay, well, we don't really have any options here. The militia has already taken some damage, so... let's move up here. And, let's go and attack. I very much doubt we're going to win this one. Although we did do a fair bit of damage to it. But all we can do, we get the initiative on every single turn. Problem we've got here, of course, is that it actually, yeah, I can't even move around it. He's got the high ground, which means he's going to do more damage to me than I'm going to do damage to him. Now, I've actually gone up to full health. Maybe I got a reinforcement from the other militia unit, which is quite possible. Because militia units do actually heal. And they do respawn as well. So luckily the militia have been able to deal with that. And that's very lucky. Because now that siege is gone. Wow. Okay. That could have gone worse. So we now get winter shelters. It is good for these people. They are miners and craftsmen by nature. With luck, they may uncover some of their lost skills of wisdom. So that's the quest complete. We should get another quest, and there we do actually. We've got the mission center. Opbot. My name is Opbot. The name came to me as I was performing an amputation on a Volta fighter who was grievously injured in a recent battle. The act must have dislodged old memories. I remember living on a great ark. It was a place of light and peace and refinement. Then something terrible happened. My surgical facility was overrun with the wounded. Under flickering lights and dying power, I carried out endless surgeries. Soon the anaesthetics ran low, screams ran through the hollow space, and the blood never ended. I think something broke inside of me. The Volters aren't interested in my ramblings, their attention is on Auriga. The planet shifts and turns, but to what end is unclear. I sense unease amongst their ranks, division even. Some yearn to return to their dimly lit underground halls, pray to the old gods and wait out whatever calamity is befalling Auriga. First of the bloodline, Zolya has other ideas though, and unfortunately she still has the support of the majority, for now. While this support endures, we must do what is necessary. Protect our people from the ravages of the dark seas and then grow our cities. Once we are safe, we will have the luxury to discuss gods and visions. So all we have to do to get 30 titanium and complete the mission is to build the winter shelter city improvement in Avrama, which I was going to do anyway, so that's not a problem at all. So let's just have a quick look in Avrama, see what we've got queued up, just the public granary. So we might as well go ahead and... Alright, we do actually need some titanium before we can do that anyway. Do we have any titanium coming in? I don't actually think we have some. Let's go and activate the glass steel as... Oh no, we were already using one of our resources there. Emeralds. We could go ahead and use these because we haven't used one of our luxury resources to boost anything yet. And it would give us +5 approval on cities and +100% on trade routes. Do we have any trade routes going at the moment is an interesting question. Where do we find... Is it Marketplace? I've definitely seen something somewhere where there is a list of trade routes. And now I just cannot at all remember what it is. Trade routes income. There we go. Show trade routes. So we don't actually have any trade routes at all at the moment. So it's probably a little bit of a waste to do that. Let's look at what else we've got here. These guys are proposing a peace treaty. And they want to pay 300... Now that's their contribution. Cold War ill suits our empires. Will you endorse a peace between us? And they want to give me gold for it. I'm going to accept. So that's fine. Level 6 now on our hero. That is fantastic. So let's go ahead and sort that out. And we've actually got these crest rewards now as well. Now these crest rewards do actually cost titanium. So as much as I'd love to give these to her... And I probably will do at some point. For the time being, we're going to save it until we actually manage to get some more titanium. We could buy some, of course. But we're going to go in and give her the staggered bow so she does more damage. No more skill points left, so let's go ahead and apply that. So that's dealt with. Population has changed in Tolilian. So where do we have these people? Let's get one out of food and put you into... influence. That's going to help a little bit. You're working on the central market. After the central market, I think we will probably... Now, you are happy. Influence would be nice here. Although it's probably better on a city that has a higher population. So what you could do is you could go ahead and start getting us some Moonleaf. So we'll go ahead and queue that up. Okay, so what are we going to do with you now? Let's zoom out a little bit, because we've actually now found that we've got these 2 or 3 regions here. I think we certainly start to need to work out in this direction. We don't necessarily need to grab this one that's directly south of us straight the way, although we probably will do at some point. But I think we need to start expanding out to the east. I think we've cleared most of the most of the way out. I'm tempted to leave this army around just to deal with any potential problems they may be, but I'm going to come back over in this direction, possibly deal with this camp over here and get it subdued, ready for the settlers going. It'll help to stop it spawning nasty stuff that's going to come and bother me in between turns. As for you guys, I'm going to continue to move you guys north. We do have a peace treaty over here, so let's use this as an opportunity to go and have a little bit of a spy on our neighbours. Oh, right, we actually got the score here. I think that's what the score is. It doesn't actually tell us for what individually. Okay. But yes, we're going to try and go through, have a little bit of a sneaky look at our neighbours to see what they are up to. What have we got here? We know that our empires share the same friends. Your wisdom is noted. Okay, so these guys are just... they're happy that we're friends with these guys, apparently. So that's fine. Let's continue to have a bit of exploration with you. We found one of your cities. You're actually being sieged out here by some kind of creature. And as much as I would love to help you, I haven't really got a chance of dealing with it, so sorry. You guys are just going to continue on over here. You're going to that camp, aren't you? Yes, I remember now. I know we're sending them over there for a reason. Explore a little bit more of the land as we go. That's as far as you can get. And as we don't have any pop-ups, I think that is going to be a good place to end this video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you are still enjoying Endless Legend, and I will see you next time. Until then, goodbye for now.